Aloha mai kākou. Welcome to Kulāiwi. This is the 13th in a series of 24 Hawaiian language lessons. O e kalakani aupi o kroja ku uinoa. A o ki kumu no keia papa o lelo Hawai'i. A maki wau e mahalo aku ia o ko no ko o ko nana anu mai keia kakahiaka. Maki wau e mahalo hoi ia o ko no ko o ko nana anu mai I keia kauwela aku nei. A mena kahea kelepona anu mai ia u. Ninau ina ninau like ole kuka me ia u. Maki wau e mahali o ko no ko aloha ana mai ia u. Mana wahi like ole apau. Mana hale ku ai na hale aina. No ka mea he mea olu loa ke la. No leila mahali o ko apau. I wanted to say mahalo to all of you for watching, especially those of you who watched again during the summer to make sure you are all ready, all brushed up for the start of these lessons. 13 to 24 will be more advanced. We'll be looking at how to expand the sentences, the patterns that we've learned in 1 to 12. Today we're going to do a review. So we'll go from the very beginning to about where we ended in 12. Our format is a little different, okay? We're only going to have 6 different vignettes. Sometimes you're at home and you see it twice during the show, but that's still not enough. So what's going to happen is the vignettes that you'll be seeing today, you'll also see next week. But next week we'll be focusing on different patterns within the same vignette. So today we'll be reviewing those patterns that you should recognize in the vignette. And then next week we'll be looking at those patterns that you probably didn't understand at all. Okay? Today we're going to ku'aihele. Okay? Ku'aihele ko shopping. Ikino olelo oko ku'aihele. Did you say that? Ku'aihele? Okay. Hano ku'aihele. Mai kai. Okay, we're going to ku'aihele makawila Maxwell. So let's take a look at our vignette. Ahui hoaku. Aloha.
Holy mo oe. Ai, oe ki kumu I kaiko. Make oe ai kume ono?
Ka ole, maala, maonau.
Ai mahia ke la hale ku ai ho.
Ka hale ku ai hea?
Ke la hale ku ai ho me na makana Hawai'i o Kawila Maxwell. Ike o, he hale ku ai ho. Oia no ka u o lelo.
Ai ke la hale ku ai maluna o ka papahele elua. Kukuki ki ala pi I holo.
Ai, hele aku kako. Mai kai no mako mahalo a o oe?
Paahana no laila ha'oli wau. Pehea wau e kukua ai a oko I kia la.
Make wau e ku ai ka makana puka kula.
Ai hiki no, he wahine ai ole he kane oia.
He wahine. He aha? He wahine? Ai, he aha kou pilikia. A he mea, oe ke la wahine o kau I ike oe?
E kala mai, e olo oi, e ai mo waho. Mahalo.
E ala ka pilikia. Ui loa o ka ui. Aka mai loa oia. Oia ke po'okela o kākou papa.
A oia ke kumu make wau e ku ai ka makana kui ka wā nana.
O ai hiki no, e nā lole. He lole nani ki ia.
Ai, he lole nani no ke nā, a ka pea ke la. Na honu, e haawi ana oe na honu I kau'i.
Ai, konane. A ole make ka wahine ka honu e kau maka paia.
E, nana I ke ia. Make wau I nā lei pupuni I hau. E nani loa ke ia.
Ano pipi I paha ke nā.
Ale pilikia, he mea iki ke kālā, he mea nui ke aloha.
E konane, e nana aku I ke la. Nui nā puki hoi ma o.
Ale make wau e haawi ka puke aia. Aka, make oe he helu. O, mahalo no ko manao. Ke ho'o hene nei la o iau.
Pehea, kukua.
Ai, make wau e nana I ke ia ke olu.
Ai, hiki no. Ki ia,
Ai. E hia kāla no keno. Aue, a ohe kumuku ai.
Hele wau e nāna, e kari iki ke olu olu.
Mai kai, he makana manuai kena. E kuli kuli oe.
Ai hiki, ke hoʻokahi haneli me ka hapa ke kuluku ai. Pehea maikai?
Ai, mai ka iloa ke la kumuku ai. Koko oi oi, eia ke keni keni. O, mahalo nui.
Maki maki o iki ia?
Ai, ke olu olu.
Maki maki o i ka wahi?
Ai, ina hiki. E ai ka komautari.
E kali iki puni ai. Kako ki pau ka ana wa anei.
E ku ai wau I ka aina wa kia no kako. Ai, hiki no, e ke kanaka hau oli.
E no kaumakana. Mahalo no ko o ko hele ana mai ku hale ku ai. Ahui wau aku kako.
Ai, ahui wau aku no.
Oh, was that good? I thought that was funny. Okay, you know this keawe, ai nui oia, pololi mau oia. Ai, make make nui oia e ai. So, you know, everywhere he went, he had this Cinnabon. Okay, let's begin by looking at responding to the question pehea. Okay? Kulāiwi umikumakolu kiku ai hele makawila Maxwell. Hiki no. Responding to the question pehea. Pehea. Okay? How's it? You know, how you? Pehea oi, pehea oia. And we open up with keawe saying, po loli yau. Po loli yau. Yeah? Do we need a translation for po loli? Do you remember what that was? Hungry. You notice I started off with hungry because I'm hungry. Yeah? Po loli yau. Po loli mau. Okay? Let's take a look at this. Right here, mo. Okay? We put mo in there, and what happens? All of you Kulāiwi viewers should know. Come on, you should be sitting there going, mo, yeah, I know what that is. Always. I'm always hungry. Okay? Po loli mau. Maikai. Okay? We're looking at how we can add to a simple sentence like pololio and change the mana'o by just adding one little word, okay? We went from pololio to pololi mau, okay? One little mo and you get always, okay? Let's see what happens if we add something else, okay? Here we have ikaikao, ikaikao. He says, oye ke kumu ikaikavo. That's why ikaikavo. Okay, I'm strong. Well, if we add this, you know, somebody can be sassy and tell him, ano ikaika oi. How many of you remember what is ano? Ano, kinda, sort of. Okay, it also means manner, type, or you can always look it up in the dictionary. But in this case, it says kind of. So you kind of strong. Okay. Aole ikaika loa, just ano ikaika oi. Okay? So, you know, you can break somebody at any time by telling them, you know, they tell you ikaika vau, and you tell them, ano ikaika oi. Okay? Hikino. Here we have nani oi. Nani oi. We all know the word nani ai. Nani loa oi. If we put in loa, what do we have? You are very beautiful. Very. Now look at the position of loa in the back of nani, okay? The only one that goes up in the front is ano. All right? You say pololi, pololio, pololi mau, right? Ikaikau, ano ikaika oi. Ano. You see, so you saw how the ano pops up in the front, okay? But when you want to say really, loa, nani oi, nani loa oi, okay? You see this handsome guy walking by, okay, and you say, no hea oia. And your friend tells you, ole, no hea loa oia, okay? Just that one little word, loa, makes it very, okay? One little word like mau means always, okay? But you have to know where to put it. So in this case, you're seeing it go behind the word that describes, okay? Though behind the word that responds to pehea, okay? If the question is pehea oi, and you want to get cute, yeah, and you say, nani vo, okay? Now some of you are saying, vo, what is that? You said, oh. Sometimes you can say vo. You can say vo, but you cannot write vo, okay? Write o all the time, okay? Because maybe you've heard aloha vo ya oi. Vo, o, same smell, okay? Same thing, all right? So once again, those little words add to it. Okay, let's take a look at what happens when we use a name, okay? Ui loa o kau'i a'aka mai loa oia. Okay, we heard that in our little vignette. Okay, here's Kekoa trying to give every reason why Kunani would give a gift to her, because ui loa o kau'i. Ui, okay, ui, another word for nani, okay. Ui meaning beautiful, so this would be kau'i is very beautiful, okay? And look, in kau'i's name, we have ui, yeah? The beautiful one, kau'i, okay? That's why if your name is kau'i, it's kau'i, okay? Ui loa o kau'i this little right here is just and. Okay, pea o kau'i keia la. Pea o kau'i keia la. Okay? Now, we've had this before. We've practiced pronouns. Our pronouns, oko, mako, kako. Remember those? And everyone's going, I don't remember. Well, then I guess we have to practice, okay? Oi. If you're talking to me, where's oi? You should be pointing at me, right? If you were to ask me, pehea oi, and point, pehea oi, you should be doing this, pehea oi, okay? And I should respond, mai ka'iau, or how oliau, okay? Or ma luhi luhiau, okay? Nah, not ma luhi luhi, it's a Saturday morning, okay? Ma luhi luhi, what else? O ma'i, yeah, sick. But the point is, oi, oh, if I'm talking to you, I point to you, oi, oh, okay? Oia, oia, he, she, it, okay? Olua, remember olua? Okay, if I had Joe over here, okay, and you're pointing to me and Joe, that's olua to you, okay? So point to us two and go, olua. You feel it now? Oh, olua, okay. And if I add one more person, we become oko, okay? So you walk into a room and you point to all three of us and you should say, pea oko. And that's what this question said. Pea oko ikeia la. Ikeia la. Ikeia la. Today. Keia la. Ikino? Okay. So how are all of you today? What should our response be to you? Think about that. If we want to tell all of you, we're fine. We're fine today. What are you going to say? Well, what are we going to say? Kalamai. Okay? I'll give you a little bit time to think. Okay, time's up. All right, so what would you say? So you all ask us, Pea oko ikeia la. And me, Joe, and Fred, we all say, Mai ka'i mako ikeia la. Okay? Are people jumping up and down out there going, I got that, I got that? That's right. Because mako refers to yourself and these people, not the person who's listening. Okay? So in this case, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about me and these two over here. Okay? Me and my phantom friends. Okay? Mai ka'i mako ikeia la. Let's take a look at that. Okay? Mai ka'i, oh, and we have a little no in here. It's snuck in, okay? No. No just makes it, emphasizes, instead of just being, we're fine indeed today, okay? Keia la. Over here, keia la. You could say keia po if it was po, okay? No difference between la and po. One gets sun, no more, one no more, okay? La is during the day, and po is at night. So we could easily change these, okay? Pehea o oko, pehea oko ikeia la. Hanaho, let's ask that question because that's the other thing we should be practicing is to sound hoe. Pehea oko ikeia la. Pea o ko I keia la. Yeah? It's like pigeon. How you guys today? Yeah? It's not, how are you guys today? Okay? It's, how you guys today? You guys sound kind of ete, okay? How you guys today? Pea o ko I keia la. Pea o ko I keia la. Mai kai no ma ko I keia la. Nikito? Okay, mai kai. All right. Where are we now? Oh, yes. This is the one that gives all of us a little bit pilikia. What is keia, kela, kena? What is all those things, okay? Simple. Keia is this, and kena and kela is that. What's the difference between kena and kela? There's no difference in mana'o. They both mean that, okay? As opposed to keia, meaning this. I was like, you got people who say things like, right on, keia. That's okay if you really meant this is right on, okay? But if you don't know what you're saying, I'm telling you now, that's what you're saying. Every time you walk around, you go, right on, keia, and you think you sound real Hawaiian, okay? Keia is this, okay? And that's why you're singing, all right. But kena and kela mean that. And the difference between them is, kena refers to that which is near the person who's listening. So if you point to me, and you tell me, what is that? What is that? Okay, this stuff is over here, okay, by me. And you go, what is that? You should say, heaha ke na. All right, kena. So why? Because you're referring to that which is near me. I'm the one listening. I get it. Now, if that was far away, where both of us cannot see, okay, then it's that is kela. And you would point to it way over there, away from you and me, and say, hea kela. But if it's near me, hea kena. Hikino? Enana o ikeia. Okay, I think Kunane says to his friends, enana o ikeia. Well, says to one friend. I can't remember when this was, but enana o ikeia. Nana, to look. I. So enana o ikeia. You remember this a? I know we're supposed to be looking at keia, but this a is the command. Okay. He mea nani no keia. Okay, he mea nani no keia. Okay, there's our keia. And in this case, remember this pattern? If you had watched the one where Pualei went with her friends to go pick flowers, they point out something and they say, he mea nani no keia, okay? But he picks up the leini ihau and he says, he mea nani no keia, okay? This is a very beautiful thing. Someone points out something, look at this, okay? Look at this. And right in here, in this place, between there, we could have said, enana mai oi ikeia, ikino. And he's showing that leipupu and kekoa says, ano pipi'i paha kena, okay? We're looking at ano and paha now, remember? Now, kekoa is talking about that leini ihau that's nearby Kunane, okay? And that's why he refers to that as kena. PPE, the word for nui ke ka'ala, yeah? Expensive, PPE. And so he says, that's what? Ano PPE, perhaps. Paha. Remember paha? Okay. The question is, what is the difference between nani and ui? I guess that's basically the bottom line. Ui, there's something about it that allows you to think it's young and beautiful. And an older woman can be ui too, okay? But most times ui will refer to people, yeah, not to things, okay? So that's most times you're going to hear that. Like you wouldn't say, oh, he ka'a ui kena, okay? Ka'a can be nani, but not ui, okay? People are ui. And sometimes you hear pua ui, but you know, in that case, the pua is being likened to a child or to a person. And that's why you can refer to it as ui, okay? Hikino, okay? Enana aku ikela. I think this is when Kunane points out to the honu on the wall, okay, because he wanted to buy honu for his friend, his sweetheart. I don't know if she's a sweetheart yet, but I think he'd like that, okay? That's why he's buying the leini ihau, okay? E nana aku I ke la, and he points to the wall. It's not close to anyone, it's away from, and so it's referred to as that, ke la, away, okay? E nana aku I ke la. See this aku over here? Let me go get my pen, okay? This aku is to look away. Remember that? Aku. The act makes the action go away. It doesn't translate. In English, there's nothing to no equivalent to aku. But in Hawaiian, we have it. Okay. Make make. Oh, yes, my favorite make make. Everybody wants to know what that is. Make make oi e ai ka mea ono. Make make oi e ai ka mea ono. Okay. Remember here, Keawe, at the very beginning of the vignette, he turns around and he tells his friend, you know, after he tells him, pololi mo oi. Yeah, Kekoa tells Keawe, oh, pololi mo oi. And so Keawe, eating his cinnabon, turns around and goes, maki maki oi ai ka mea ono. Of course, Kekoa says, aole, because Keawe looked like he was enjoying it a little too much. Okay, mea ono, dessert, cake, something like that. Make make oi e ai I ka mea ono. Do you want to eat cake? So you remember, we can change over here, oi, we can change ai to whatever you want. This is the basic pattern. Make make, whoever, e, to do whatever, ika, to whatever. Okay, so that's easy. Here we have another one similar to that. Make make au e ku ai ika makana. Remember when Kunane walks into the store, he tells the saleswoman when she asks him how she can help pepe avau e koku ai a oi. He says, maki maki vau e ku ai ka makana. Ku ai, anybody remember what that means? To buy. Okay? Makana, gift. Hikino. Make make. Now this is a different kind of make make sentence. This make make sentence is not to wanting to do something, but just wanting something. Okay? And in this case, it's when Kunane says, make makeo ikalei pupu ni ihau. Make makeo ikalei pupu ni ihau. Oh, brother has expensive taste. Yeah, his taste is so pipi. You wonder how this guy who just graduated from high school got enough money to buy lei pupu ni ihau. He's been saving all his life. Okay? Lei pupu ni ihau. Okay, if you don't know what a lei pupu ni ihau is, you have to go down to Kawila Maxwell and check it out. Okay, so you can find out. All right. Make make oi ikeia. Okay? Saleswahine says, Saleswahine, you like that? I mixed both of them in. Make make oi ikeia. Yeah? Do you want this? She shows it to him. Make make oi ikeia. Hikino, make makeo ikalei pupu ni ihau. So you see, this one is simple. I want something. Make makeo ikapepa. Make make oi ikapepa. Make make laua. Them too. Ika lei pupu ni ihau. Hikino? Okie dokie. Mai kae. Let's go on to the next one. This is a pattern where we commanded people to do things. Action. Okay? Ooh, just like the movie kind, yeah. Action. No, this is to do something. Okay? Now, I hear a lot of times people, they think they sound so Hawaiian when they put in front their verbs, okay? And they say, ehele vau da 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 da. You know, you can only use if you really know how to use a. Now, if you put an a in front of an action word, in front of a verb, then you have either a command or a suggestion, okay? Nana kako. Let's take a look. Okay, in this case, we have ehele aku kako. Ehele aku kako, meaning what? I'm going to let you go. Let's go. Okay? Let's go. Ehele aku kako. E kaliiki olua. Okay? E kaliiki olua. Now this is not what it says in the vignette. He says e kaliiki oi. Yeah, and he teases Keawe because Keawe wants to go eat at Patty's. Went to go eat at Patty's? Yeah, and Kiko tells him, e kaliiki oi. Okay, but I changed it to olua so that you could practice. What is olua? We just had it. You too. Yeah? So you two wait a little while. See this little iki over here? Okay? E kali iki olua. Iki no? Kali iki olua. Mai kai. E kuli kuli oi. E kuli kuli oi. Yeah? I think this is when Kunane tells Keawe, because they cannot find the price tag on the lei pupu ni'ihau. And so she goes off to look for it. And Keawe tells Kunane, mai kai, he manuahi, he makana manuahi ke ia. Okay? Did you get that? Manuahi? Anybody ever heard the word manuahi? Free? Yeah? So he kind of plays there. He tells Kunani, mai kai, he makana manuahi ke ia. And Kunani, he's so embarrassed, this friend, Keawe. So he goes, kuli kuli oi. Okay? Kuli kuli. Now, people, let's just talk about the word kuli kuli. Kuli kuli means, actually means noisy. Okay? So I guess telling somebody you're noisy means indirectly to be quiet. Okay, now this is a strong way of saying be quiet. A nicer way that we would use with children is hamo, hamo, okay? Hamo. I always like to think that it means to take a forever breath, okay? Hamo, so that you don't make noise, okay? So try not to tell your babies kuli kuli. Tell them hamo. Tell your friends kuli kuli, okay? Hikino. Let's take a look at our next one. So you see, this is the one where we have a suggestion, okay? These two in the middle were commands, right? E kali iki olua, e kuli kuli oi. This first one was another suggestion. Let's go. Here we have, I'm suggesting, I'll buy lunch. E ku aio ika aina vakia. Hikino? Okay, let's look at our questions. I am here. I am here. Ke la haleku ai ho. I am here ke la haleku ai ho. Ikino? Remember, we've had this before, so I'm not going to dwell on this because we just recently had this. Aya ke la haleku ai ho. Maluna o ka papa hele elua. Maluna on top of the second floor. Maluna o ka papa hele elua. Ikino? Here we have simple verb sentences. And next week we'll be making these more fancy, okay? Right now we have Ikeo, I see. Kokua kona hoaloha, his friend helps. So you see, there's really no tense to it. It's not saying will help, did help, okay? Eya, remember Eya? Remember our kuene in the hale aina in the restaurant when he hands the salt and he says, Eya kapa'akai? She says, Eya na lole. Keawe says, Eya ke keni. He going to help by the lei pupu nea with his change. Thank you, brother. Okay. All right. This is the one I want to make sure we get right. You see this little word over here, ke, kumu. We cannot be talking and saying things like, Ike au kumu, okay? You need these little words. In this case, the teacher, Ike au ike kumu. Kapua. Na makana. What is this na? Na means the, ka means the, ke means the. But the difference between these three, ke goes with words that begin with ke. A, e, or o. Okay? Ke au, ke kumu. Ka goes with everything else. And na is the when you want to make this part plural. So here we have the presents. If it was ka makana, would be the present. Okay? Ke la haleku ai. Ke na honu. Honu, turtle, okay? Ke ia lei. Hiki no. Mai kai. You see how this is a use of these. Okay? Ko'ui noa. My name. Kona hoaloha. His friend. Okay? Kouka'a. Now, the point of all of this is to make sure that you understand that there has to be an article. In this case, that's these little words over here in front of the nouns, okay? You have to have these words because if you don't, your sentence isn't right. Now, sometimes we'll say, I saw the book, okay? I saw the book. Ikeo o kalamai. I see the book. Ikeo ikapuke. Okay? And sometimes you just leave it out. Ikeo ipuke. strange, yeah? So you have to have one of them. One of those things has to pop up in the front. Ke, ka, or na. Ke, la, ke, ia, ke, na. Or one of the possessives, depending on what it is that you want to say. But you cannot leave these out, okay? Not yet. When you become valeva and you're fluent, you can leave anything out that you think you can, okay? Or that you know you can. But at this point, Kulāiwi too, you're not ready to leave nothing out, okay? So you have to practice putting it in. Okay, we're going to take some time for you to practice, okay, what we've gone over. Now this time around, our va no'o no'o, or minuke, remember it used to be called minuke ha'avina. I changed it to be va no'o no'o, so it's a time to think, okay, no'o no'o. Now some of you might think mana'o is a word for think, and mana'o is another word for think, different kind though. Mana'o is like opinions, ideas, thoughts, okay. No'o no'o is to give some serious thought to a problem, to thinking about something, okay. So for our kava no'o no'o today, okay, let's take a look at it. Now, this is going to be a little bit confusing, but I'm going to take you through it, okay? I've done part of it in Hawaiian because these are things that I think you should know already. And then there's little things in there that are in English so that you can feel safe, okay? And then, once again, something in Hawaiian. So let me, koku avau ia oko ika helu helu ana. Hiki no helu helu vau na oko. E hele kako I ka hale ku'ai o Kuilei. That's the name of the story, yeah? Ka hale ku'ai o Kuilei. Make make oi I ka poi. You know? Make make oi I ka poi, because you're going to have a big party tonight, so you need to go buy poi. Aka awe. You don't see it. Ask where it is. So you turn around, you have to ask where the poi is. And play the part of the person working and respond by saying that the poi is on top of the second hakakau, second shelf, okay, hakakau. Ike oi ika mea hou. You see what? Ka mea hou, something new, close to the cashier. Point and ask him what that is. And he says, this is a turtle, okay? Do you think you can do it? I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do this, and then we're going to come back and talk story about something very important. Aoi. Aloha. Okay, did you try? Did you say, aloha, maki wau I ka poi, aia mahea ka poi, and you're supposed to play the part of the person who's trying to sell you this poi, okay? And you say, aia ka poi, maluna o ka haka kau elua. Did you say that? And you're all going, oh, yeah, that's what I said. No problem, okay? And then you saw something new and you said, hea ha ke la. Yeah? Well, actually, kalamai, you should have said kena, right? Because it was near the person who was selling it. And he said, he honu ke ia. If you got that right, mai kai. We have a caller. Aloha mai. Tehe oi.
Mai ka ino.
Mai kai. O vai ko inoa.
O luka ko ino.
Aloha mai e luka no hea mai oi.
When you said I see,
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
What is the difference with nana?
Look.
Look.
Look or watch.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ay,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hikino?
Ay,
Okay. Huyo.
Mahalo.
Ai. Okay. Let's take a fast look at our vignette again. Okay? And just so that we don't lose it, I want you to see it one more time so you can feel like, yeah, now I know what was going on. Okay? Let's take a fast look at that and then we'll come back. Hui ho.
Pololio.
Loli mo, oe.
Ai, oe ki kumu I kaito. Make oe ai ka mea ono.
Ka ole, maala, maonau.
Aia mahea ke la hale ku ai hou.
Ka hale ku ai hea.
Ke la hale ku ai hou me na makana Hawai'i o Kawila Maxwell. Ike o he hale ku ai hou. Oia no ka u o lelo.
Ai, ai ke la hale ku ai, maluna o ka papahele elua. Koko ki ke ala pi I holo.
Ai, e hele aku kākou.
Aloha mai, pehea oko I kia la.
Mai ka ino mako mahalo a o oe.
Paahana no laila haoli wau. Pehea wau e kukua ia oko I kia la.
Make wau e ku ai ka makana puka kula.
Ai hiki no, he wahine aiole he kane oia.
He wahine. He aha? He wahine? Ai, he aha kou pilikia. A he mea, oe ke la wahine o kau I. Ike oe?
E kala mai, e olo oi, e ai mo waho. Mahalo.
E la ka pilikia. Ui loa o ka ui. A ka mai loa oia. Oia ke po'okela o kā kākou papa.
A oia, oia ke kumu make wau e ku ai ka makana kui ka wā nana.
O ai hiki no, e nā lole. He lole nani ki ia.
Ai, he lole nani no ke nā, a ka, pea ke la. Na honu, e haawi ana oe na honu I kau'i.
Ai, konane. A ole make ka wahine ka honu e kau ma ka paia.
E, nana I ke ia. Make wau I nā lei pupuni I hau. E nani loa ke ia.
Ano pipi I paha ke nā.
Ale pilikia, he mea iki ke kālā, he mea nui ke aloha.
E konane, e nana aku I ke la. Nui nā puki hoi ma o.
Ale make wau e haawi I ka puke aia. A ka make oe e helu. O, mahalo no ko manao. Ke ho'o hene nei la o iau.
Pehea kukua.
Ai, make wau e nana I ke ia ke olu.
Ai hiki no. Ki ia.
Ai. E hia kālā no kena. Aue, a ohe kumuku ai.
Hele wau e nana. E kali iki ke olu.
Mai kai, he makana manuai kena. E kuli oe.
Ai hiki. He ho'okahi haneli me ka hapa ke kuluku ai. Pehea maikai.
Ai, mai ka iloa ke la kumuku ai. Koko ia oe, eia ke keni. O, mahalo nui.
Maki o iki ia.
Ai, ke olu.
Maki o i ka wahi.
Ai, ina hiki. E ai ka komautari.
E kali ki puni ai. Koko ki pau ka ana wa anei.
E ku ai wau I ka aina wakea no kākou. Ai, hiki no, e ke kanaka hau ui.
E no kaumakana. Mahalo no ko o hele ana mai ku hale ku ai. Ahui ho aku kako.
Ai, ahui ho aku no.
Hikino, vai vai o kunane. Was that better? Hikino, let's take a look at our resource that we're looking at today. Okay? Vai vai. Vai vai means rich. And it's interesting that the word for rich comes from the word water. For Hawaiians, if you have plenty water, you are definitely wealthy. Okay? So I leave you with that thought today, that if you have plenty vai to grow your crops, to take care of your aina, to take care of your ohana, that's what makes you vai vai. Okay? So kia kua pu me o kua pau. Mahalo for watching. Mahalo for being with all of us. Ahui ho aku e ku umau keiki. Ko noni ka le aloha me ti. Ahui ho aku. Aloha.